If you have a single handle Moen bathroom faucet and it's leaking, I'm going to go over the steps on how to replace the cartridge. Turn off both shutoff valves to the faucet and then close the stopper or put down a paper towel so you don't drop any small parts down the drain. On the handle there's a decorative cover for a set screw, and you need to remove this. You can use a small screwdriver and just pry it loose. For this faucet I'm using a 7/64 Allen wrench to remove the set screw. Now you can pull the handle off. If you have an older faucet, you may have to spray a little penetrating oil in there and allow it to sit so that you can remove it easily. Now I'm going to remove this Phillips screw right in the top of the faucet. This top part has a tab on the top that fits into a groove, so you're going to lift from the bottom and angle it out, and that will free it. And this piece of plastic is what's sitting on the stem of the cartridge. There's a decorative escutcheon that you need to remove, and I like lining all the parts up in order that I took them out, so it's going to be easy to replace them. This next piece unscrews counterclockwise, and you'll be able to lift it straight out. Then there's a decorative piece that you lift straight out. Now there's a retaining clip that we need to remove on the back of this plastic part, so use a small slotted screwdriver. I'm using a monkey hook, and we're just going to pull out this clip. Now this plastic part just lifts straight off. The replacement cartridge for this faucet is the Moen 1225, and the new cartridge is going to come with this plastic removal tool for the old cartridge. There's a metal washer on this faucet that I need to remove, and now I can use this plastic removal tool, push down the stem and push it down so it locks. Now we're going to use a wrench and just turn this both directions, and we're going to break the bond of any rust or calcium or minerals on the old cartridge, so it's going to be easy to pull out. Now you can take a pair of pliers and pull the old cartridge out. I'm going to use some silicone grease and lubricate the O-rings and the seals, and this is going to prevent any damage when I push it into this old faucet. There could be a buildup of minerals which could potentially scar the O-rings and cause a leak. Now I'm going to put the cartridge back into the faucet, and we want the two tabs on the cartridge on the top and the bottom. That way the retaining clip will go over it. Before you put the cartridge in, if you pull up on the stem, this will allow air to flow through as you put in the cartridge. And now you can push it all the way down. I want to make sure that those two tabs are lined up properly so I can push this retaining clip in when I put that plastic part over this. So now it's not fitting properly, so I'm just going to use this removal tool, and this will allow me to just adjust that cartridge so that I know the clip will pass through it. Now we'll put back all the parts. I'll put my retaining clip through the back of this plastic part and lock in the cartridge. And just snug that part that screws down in place. Before I put this top part on, I'm going to make sure the hot and cold is oriented properly. So what I'm going to do is line up the stem so that the flat parts are on the top and the bottom. I'm going to turn the water on and make sure the hot is on the left side, the cold is on the right. If it's not, all we have to do is just turn that stem 180 degrees and it'll be oriented properly. And I'm using a needle nose pliers just to pull up on the cartridge, and I'll rotate it to make sure we have the hot and cold correct. If not, just rotate that 180 degrees. This top part has a tab on the top that's going to go into a groove on the back of the faucet, and we have to get this plastic piece onto the top of the stem. So you're going to work it in from the back, catch that groove, and then just rotate that piece of plastic till it locks in place. Now we're going to replace the phillips screw. The handle sits on top and it's held in place with that set screw. And then the decorative cover goes over the set screw.